What's up, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ZSR3 and welcome to the Minish Randomizer weekly race. It's been a hot minute, tournaments going on and everybody's busy and it's super busy September as always, so we've been on the low for a few weeks, but here we are back, and who else could be here but our beautiful Hendris, and we're already starting, so I am gonna switch over. We're gonna be right on time, basically, to see the start with the delay, thank God. And Hendris will have a few seconds of resyncing before we get started, but that's fine. You will not miss anything.
Awesome. Hello. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. But not only am I here, but also Nimbus, who is helping me out with tracking. Thanks to you for that. And who also supplied the seed. So we are definitely going to be in for a ride. And we're not in for a ride, but in for a swim, since both racers have now gotten their hands on the flippers. The flippers themselves open up a load of just different checks in different regions. So every time, the later you get the flippers, the more cumbersome they're going to be, because every region that you've since visited, it's going to have like one or two just green squares that you need to actually check. And, ooh, yeah, right, this is a stark reminder that, hey, we've got traps back on, since these are our weekly settings, and not the tournament settings. The racers will be in for a ride, in for a swim, since, yeah, they'll need to contest with traps. Okay, so, what did I get? Bow and a sword. Yeah, I think they're just gonna continue doing like Sphere Zero stuff and early checks. The bow doesn't really open up anything too big, whereas the only thing you can do with a sword at the moment is find another sword. So these swords usually just used to get out of Sphere Zero by making use of HM1 cut. Hyrule, for some reason, has like a lot of smaller trees, and you can just cut those down with the sword. And looks like Goldfish also picked up HM2 fly, so that's nice for them. With the cape, they'll be able to. What can they do with a cape that they can't do else? Ooh, hang on. So that's lake access. They can go to droplets. They can check out droplets, and with the cape flippers, they can check the very important left side waterfall checks, of which I think there's like 15, 16 in total. Alongside that, they also have the spots for the left side stuff, the left side path, so that's another 6. So all in all, yeah, might not be a bad idea to go into droplets right away. What else there? There's a shield. Can't really make use of that at the moment since they don't have the bombs yet. There's nothing there in town shop that we care about. So yeah, they've already done so much stuff over in town compared to me, for example, who does almost nothing in town and only goes to town if they absolutely have to. So yeah, I would expect Goldfish and Nesman to go to droplets right now and just get those important checks out of the way first. It's like your most dense location at the moment, so you might as well do it now. Maybe get a sword out of it, maybe get the lantern out of it, or anything else really that's just nice to have. They also can access Deepwood, although they can't really do anything in there. Apart from your regular first row of checks. If it's not boss locked. They can get the intel. Maybe it's boss locked, maybe it isn't. And if it's boss locked, that'll just... Oh! Hello there! That's the next sword. Okay, so that's a 5-minute Western Wood axis. Yeah, have I mentioned this is a Nimbus seed? Because I feel like I have to actually point it out now. That this he just gave them Flipper's cape, spin, and red sword, and then just said go at it. God, yeah, no, they're bound for some sort of. They're bound for a bad surprise. Yeah, so they've got spin, they've got red sword. They can just get stuff done quickly and then just, I don't know. What can they do? Yeah, they can do droplets and do Western Woods. And both locations combined easily have like 80 checks in them. This is madness, Jesus Christ. So the only way this could be an even Jetia Jet seed is, an even Jetia star to the seed, is if they would be given the mids. The mids and the Ocarina would just speed up things tremendously again, and have the entire seed just go into hyper mode. This was also bound to pick up his force, his red sword here, because he's not trusting it. There we go. But it's real, it's genuine. And Nesman now may... Well, let's see where he goes. If he goes to droplets or if he goes to Western Woods. Both locations are looking really good right now. There's the quick warp, and this looks like it's gonna be lake as well. Yeah, they're already there, so they don't really see the necessity of having to just circle around Northern Minish Woods, Northern Hyrule Field. Except Nesman does. Nesman actually just straight up books it to Western Woods here. So we can see the best of both at the same time. This is really convenient for the race stream, just for the race stream in general. Thank you, Nesman. Okay, so Goldfish, Heart Priest. That was a fairly lame first path. So this is what we know as like left path or first path. This is a rupee path, and now we get into the waterfall rupees. Nesman, however, on the other hand, Grip Ring and Cloud of Skinstone, whereas Goldfish picks up a Cloud of Skinstone. Yeah, sorry, no, hang on. Okay, Nesman got Grip Ring, Kinstone, and the bottle, but Goldfish got a Graveyard Key out of it, which I think he mistracked as a Kinstone. That's why I was a bit confused there. There's another bottle for Nesman. Slightly hesitant to grab it. Another Cloud of Kinstone. And a wallet. And I think that's it. Goldfish stream is a bit choppy. Sorry. Goldfish stream is a bit choppy here, so yeah, we may need to make a couple of assumptions here. And there's a cane and a Kinstone. Alright, okay, we have not checked elements yet, but we can already assume that there's going to be something over in Casta. Not Casta, but Cloudtop. Quenel. There we go. There's way too many locations starting with the C in Minish Cap. There's Quenel, there's Cloudtops, there's Capable Flames. A lot of Casta already. I know, right? Oh yeah, if I yawn more than usual, it's not because this is boring, it's because I've had like a 4-hour hike behind me. When hiking today, so that's just where a bit of exhaustion comes from. Oh! Wait, okay, good. I was about to be angry. But yeah, okay, so that was a trap that looked like a lamp. Champ. God amongst my... No, it's... I mean, I live in the Harz. That's like the northern Germany mountain region. So if you're there, it almost feels like you're legally obligated to go on hikes. Especially since they've had the... Oh, hang on. There's a fake gas jar, and there was a element check. Did you climb the broken? Not the broken. I've already been there. Broken is amazing, and it's super windy up there. Also, if you head to the broken, make sure to bring your own booze and foodstuffs, because stuff up there is expensive. Okay, so Goldfish, Cloud Stone, Grip Ring, Bottle. It's like the Colonel base thing, I don't know. Okay, there's a book. And what looks like the boots. It is the boots. Hiking commentary. Does it all. Exactly. So, the Harz Mountain region is amazing when it comes to hiking. Just because they had a big brain move, and they put down 222 stamps all across the entire mountain range. And you can buy a little stamp booklet and just put down those stamps. And depending on how many stamps you collect, you actually get badges. I think that's like one of these American-only sweets, because I've heard about it, but I don't think I've actually tasted Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Except if it's these like weird Kellogg's cereal flakes that just taste like cinnamon. But I have no idea if it's those or if it isn't, because it's been a while since I've had those. It's a cereal, yeah, okay. Let's see, what did I like that? I mean, it just tastes like it just tastes like Christmas, which is nice. So I would tend to just buy these around the winter season for this extra Christmassy crunch. Oh, the old commercials, right? Yeah, no, they probably did like other commercials here in Germany for those, because, well, English language doesn't mix well with the German TV. But yeah, they basically used the stamp book that you've had in Spirit Tracks and just translated it into real life, which I really much appreciate. Those real mitts, those can't be real mitts, can't they? There's no way that's gonna be mitts again this early. We're 12 minutes in. We can't already have like cape, boots, bow, cane, and then just mitts. It's gonna be illegal. God damn it, there's a real mitts. Okay, and dash attack. Yeah, I think just leave again and do yeah, you do Malawi's Mines. I don't think Quennel was a element though. Not supposed to be out green, yeah. Can you want any seat? Yeah, it really feels like I need to just put it really feels like Myth and I have to intervene, otherwise we're just gonna get too many nice seats in the tournament. So this rando looks fun because it is. This rando is the Lightning McQueen. It's the it's the fast one. So with the current race settings that we currently have here, we have. I almost was considered it's going to be an ocarina. No, that's not an ocarina. Thank you. Okay, so with current race settings, we have 486 different checks, which you can comfortably check within 2 hours 40 if you know what you're doing. If you're full clean the seat and you're good at it, you're just going to take like 2 hours 40, maybe 2:45, and then you could just full clear the entire seat. with all 486 checks. It's maddening. This is the Formula 1 of Zelda randomizers. Full clears are comfortable because you can just put your brain on autopilot. That's the entire reason why I enjoy pilots so much. You can just put your brain on autopilot. You don't have to think. You just have to, I don't know, just push buttons. And if you're good enough at it, you don't even need to you don't need to look at the screen to know where you're at in Palace. You can just feel it. Same really applies to all the dungeons. You can just feel your way through the dungeons once you have the muscle memory down. It's great. And since it's a 2D Zelda, combat is really forgiving. I mean, as long as you're not fighting against Vati, combat is really nice and really relaxing. Okay, this time there's not a Sword and Stone cave. Thank you for that. But yeah, right, so Goldfish is currently taking a little dip into Greyblade's area, whereas Nesman, already having been to Cave of Flames and just dipped it, is picking up Wall Attack and actually remotes. That's nice. Yeah, that's just like some quality of life stuff. Wall Attack is amazing for just making combat quicker. Every second that you have Wall Attack, and there's still no bomb back though. Right, there's no bombs. But funnily enough, you can do almost everything in... Sorry. You can do almost everything in Cave of Flames, even without the bomb bag. Like, the only thing that you need an actual bomb bag for in Cave of Flames is the visible heart piece spot, which you can just peek and make a note of it. And it looks like Goldfish actually goes deeper into Cave of Flames here. I think that's because Goldfish has not checked the elements yet. Let's see. Yeah, no. Goldfish is going back, well, not back, but just deeper into Krenel. Or Cave of Flames, I suppose. Whereas Nesman is taking his mids for a ride. He picked up those mids, he is proud of them, and he just wants to show them around. And on second thought, I would assume that those mids would make really, really good, like, melee weapons as well. Just because of those claws. Okay, so Goldfish is gonna roll through the item and just see what it is. Okay, just a weird rupee. So you don't even need the bomb bag for clearing Cave of Flames here. So that's nice. Come on, Esmond, you knew there was a fake one. So there's one thing you can do to spot fake heart containers and fake kinstones. Because the genuine ones, they sparkle. They're golden, they're shiny, they sparkle in the light. Whereas fakes are dull. So they just don't sparkle. Oh, the other seed, right? Okay, yeah. So we have a tournament seed currently going on between Airraiser and Henny, and yeah, they've just got their blue sword. Oh, those poor swords. And yeah, so this seed is a very quick one. At least it looks like a bit quick one. Not sure if it is a quick one, because, well, we still need a couple items. 2 hours delay, the other is just below 6 minutes. Yeah. Don't just Percy. Percy's doing his best, okay? Okay. Yeah. I think Nessun's best bet here is to just chase those mids down. We still have Hype Cave left. We've got obscure spots in Rare Falls, which you can't do because we don't have the Kinstone. This is like big. It's just like digging spots all across the map. And it looks like that map is going to... Yeah, okay, the Desmond is just doing mid checks here. He's doing the responsible stuff. Heading into Hype Cave next? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, just a hard piece there for Goldfish. So next up for Goldfish, we've got the basement. Which is like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checks. Yeah, 6-ish. And then just the boss. Not sure if Goldfish wants to do Gleerock here. I don't think he actually has checked the elements. So he might be in for a weird surprise here. Okay. So, Desmond deciding against... Oh! Right, they have holds. Gotcha. That's really funky. There's the bump back. Okay. Yeah, first bump back 20 minutes in. Lunastic would have just never checked that, probably. The map. I don't think Desmond has actually checked the hard piece here. Yep, he has not, and it's just 5 rupees. Is that not a sword? It is. Oof. Okay, yeah, so. That's blue sword. That's like 22 minutes in. God damn it, Nimbus. And just a hard piece in the basement. Okay. Goldfish got like 2 more checks here. And then the boss. And I really want to know if there's anything important on the boss here. Yeah, so this is a Nimbus seed, if you weren't able to already tell. We're 23 minutes in, and we've got the blue sword, we've got the cape, we've got the mole mids, the lantern, the cane, the flippers. Ugh. So really all we just need is sword and a couple other kinstones, and that's it. Okay, so yeah, now there's Desmond going through Hype Cave. Let's see if he falls prey to a curse trap. Desmond got his remote bombs somewhere on Krenel. I think it was Krenel climbing. Yeah. The beanstalk. Goldfish doesn't even have a bomb bag yet, and even Desmond got his bomb bag just very recently over in southern Barefolds. So, like 4 minutes ago. Green rupee. Yeah, so this one's still missing the graveyard key, which I think was in droplets. I think. So he's standing fairly good for it. And once he gets the graveyard key, he can just book it to graveyard. Although, never mind, there's no element there. So I'm not sure if it would be. I mean, graveyard be worth here. 4 minutes, like 8 checks, even more than 8. I don't know, 15 checks from what feels like 15 checks. I think it might be worth it. Okay, Golf on the other hand has just finished fighting Gleerock. He had a vendetta against that Lava Lapras for some reason. And he will be rewarded with a green rupee. Congratulations. Don't spend it all at once. And just another rupee. Yeah, so Basement didn't really have anything good whatsoever. Like a hard piece or two, and like money. Come on, sword. Another green rupee. Oof. Yeah, no, that's just Malawi. That's just Malawi taking the piss here. Yep. There's a color concern. I think we've already seen these from Nesman, who's been here earlier. And who is now moving towards droplets. Minor checks are on. What do you mean minor checks? Obscure spots? Sure. These are race settings. So we've got open fusions, we've got damaging items, we've got obscure spots, Rupemania, Force Sword Ped. Yeah, like obscure spots have been on for the last, I don't know, a year, perhaps, maybe half a year. I don't know. Been a while. Yeah, traps are also on. This is not a tournament and this is not a tournament race, but rather a weekly race. And weeklies still have traps, tournaments don't. Because traps are fun. I like them. Well, then that sounds like you should watch seeds and you should also play them. And you should also just join the weeklies then. Because that's great fun. That's like well invested, like 2.5 hours per week. And if you're not in for like the full package, you can also just join the casual weeklies that we have on Wednesday, which I should remember again because I tend to just for some reason always have tournament races scheduled around Wednesday, and it's just a bit difficult to manage both like a race room and monitor a tournament seat. Ah, boo! That's not good. Yeah, Govish now also climbing. He can't do a lot here. Since, well, no bombs. So, Govish actually needs to come back for the ferry here. So, Kingston, there's the key. Hang on, are both keys in droplets? Look like it. Huh. Yeah, okay, I guess that is just the sea talisman to pretty please take a look at the graveyard. I mean, I don't know if keys can be soggy because they're made of metal. Maybe a bit rusty in case of the... Huh. I would assume that the graveyard key is like made out of bronze or brass or anything that looks like it. Because it's certainly not made out of gold. I don't think Dampe would have anything made out of gold. Whereas London Key, I don't know, probably just like iron. Not sure if it would be stainless. So yeah. I guess in this case, London Key would probably be a bit rusty. And let's see, does brass develop a patina? Probably, I don't know. It's been a while. That's a royal that has to pay the job well. I mean, you can kind of just see from the state of graveyard that either Hyrule had to cut down their funds for it, or I don't know. The crypto. Yeah, I don't know. Something tells me that the graveyard isn't really state of the art anymore. Especially with that magically with that forest in front of it. Like, I don't think the graveyard gets a lot of visitors for some reason. Okay, yeah, so we've got Nesman now also going through a maze. This time it's not the maze made out of trees, but out of stone, I guess. Right. Okay. Golf is actually going into hang on. Have we even seen Tingle Trees today? I don't think we have. I legitimately don't think we actually have seen Tingle Trees. Dear God, we have not seen Tingle Trees yet. Okay, to be fair, we're only half an hour in. This seed feels a lot longer than half an hour. Because we've already seen like Gleerock, we're currently in droplets. We're on like what? 2 and 4 Kinstones? So we're not even missing that many more Kinstones. Yeah, Nimbus, this is one of those seeds. I mean, if the race is hurry, we might be able to finish before the tournament race. Since Nesman has enough stuff to just fight Octo at the moment. Like, he's got Cape, he's got Lantern, he's got Sword. Can just go and deal with Octo. It might be a bit slower because of the lack of shield. But Nesman should know how to defeat a big weird insect without having to rely on the carapace of a smaller weirder insect. Although I guess hang on, no. The normal shield is made out of wood, isn't it? It's a wooden shield. Probably just played too much wood factory. Shields are not made out of carapaces. Okay, yeah, so Goldfish is currently in Courtyard. Getting more pocket change and money here and there. He's not really finding anything good, to be honest. And yeah, so with those 10 hearts, we can also just check Swiftblade. And I mean, hang on, we're already on 8 scrolls, aren't we? We can also just check Swiftblade the first. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, hang on. Yeah, according to Nesman's tracker, we're also on 8 scrolls. Which is 1 more than 7, and that means we can actually head into Swiftblade and get him to teach us the ways of the keep spinning idea. Don't even know why a spin attack is considered forbidden or like almost ancient and lost knowledge. Like, yeah, you just spin with a sword. and you just keep spinning. Doesn't really take a genius to figure that one out. Oh, yeah. Govish saw that. That's his second Swarm Kids then. Forgot to spin, yeah. No, the spin attack has... I don't know, it doesn't really strike me as a particularly useful attack. Because I would assume that Link would telegraph it terribly well. Or terribly obviously. Ken was underwater caster, so very easy to pick up. They picked up Ken like 12 minutes into the seed. But yeah, no, just the whole idea of a spin attack doesn't really sound practical to me, to be honest. Like, yeah, I can get behind wall attack and the helm splitter, although it feels a bit flashy. Especially if I mean, I would assume that Link is wearing armor, especially in Twilight Princess, where the helm splitter is literally just him doing a somersault over someone. Link is wearing chainmail in Twilight Princess. You can just barely see the chains under his shirt there, or on his tunic. That motherfucker weighs stuff. Like, a chainmail is probably, I don't know, it's at least 5 kilos. Which makes moving a bit more difficult, I would assume. Oh, they did not skip bombs. It's just that bombs were a bit out of the way. Like, if you have the force, if you have the red sword, flippers, cane, and spin within 5 minutes, you've got more things. You've got better things to worry about than lower their falls. You would rush droplets and rest inwards. Like, that's not really any fault of the player or of the racers. It's just that, yeah, you've got better priorities to deal with. And I assume one of the meta pillars thought the very same thing. And, I don't know. Yeah, doesn't really look that hot, that good. Okay, so Nesman's about to start fighting Octo for the first. Hang on, is Octo really gonna be our first element today? Yeah, Octo is gonna be our first element today. That's something you never think you would actually say out loud. So, what happened to those meta pillars where they hurt their funny bone? No, so we're not really sure why it happens, but if you defeat those meta pillars really quickly, they've got the tendency to just spaz out and display a faulty sprite. The very same sprite that the beanstalk also turns into if you enter the screen for the first time. So, as far as the beanstalk are concerned, the game does not expect you to have the beanstalk active or just like grown while you enter this like region of the map for the first time. That's why. In every other game, the sprite would have been loaded, at least by the cutscene that plays while it grows. but that didn't happen. So, yeah, I think that's just the game not expecting you to do those first. The game would obviously expect you to fight against, I don't know, the deep-wood mana pillar or the mana pillar on ice first. Which we can't do because we don't have the gust jars. Gust jar or the, I don't know, we haven't been to deep-wood yet. So I think in most cases it's really just a sprite not having been able, basically the game not having been able to load a sprite or to prepare one in advance. To just pulls like a random thing out of its sleeve and it just looks really weird, but the game doesn't care about it. And there is ink number 1 for Nesman. Oof. Now, Gofish, on the other hand, has not picked up their lantern from somewhere. Which means that Gofish needs to wait a little longer to pick up the lantern from somewhere and get to Octo. Okay, yeah, so that's the first element done. Or the second boss, first element. Well, second boss for... Okay, it would be the second boss for Goldfish, but it's the first boss for Nesman. Because Nesman didn't go into unrequired deep-wood. Sorry, not deep-wood. Chaos Flames. So, there's the fire element. And in tandem with that, there is... That looks like a book. That is the book. That is book number 3, I think. Think spots near Percy's house. You sure? I think Goldfish already did those. Huh. Well, not to worry. I'm sure he's gonna find the lantern eventually. Although it looks like Goldfish is making moves into Minish Village and, by extension, Deepwood. We have not seen Deepwood. Deepwood might be boss locked. Deepwood might not be boss locked. We are about to find out. I think the lantern was in Caster then. Not sure where exactly, but somewhere in Caster. Okay, that's just a repair. Final Prophecy. No, not yet. Percy is saving himself for something really fun. And for something really stupid. Like, I'm talking major cheesy. Like, I don't know. I'm talking cheddar. Okay, that's what looks to be bracelets. It is bracelets. And repeat. And 5 bombs on the Goldfish side. Fun. Yes. As you may already know, we here at TMCR have a very funky definition of fun. With fun also meaning the punishment seeds, which are obviously really fun. Despite always saying otherwise. Well, I mean, hang on, no. They didn't say anything otherwise. For them, it was probably fun. It was just that they're so traumatized to not speak about this again. And honestly, I've already forgotten most of the stuff that happened in the punishment seats. But still, so Goldfish picked up the butterfly, and Nesman is about to do a save scam for the mode. It wouldn't surprise me if Percy had Kane. And looks like there's nothing too important in the mode, which is why Nesman did the save scam. And what did I spy there? Was that a shield? That might have been a shield in Goldfish Caves. Ah! Goldfish finds the shield in Goldfish Caves. It's a prophecy. Gotta be something on the scrubs. La, 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 lam. So, this one's on his way to Graveyard here. Well, Goldfish checks the... Okay, nothing on Dampe. And now we've got to Orph Fairy. I've got to admit, I very much prefer the Red Fairies of Minish Cap to those we see in, I don't know, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. They're not as creepy. By a long shot. Okay. Right. Yeah, speaking of long shots, there's Full Sword. There's Full Sword in Graveyard. God damn it, Nimbus. Okay, what else can we get here? Come on. There's there's a bomb bag. Good to have. You tend to just appreciate your second bomb bag a lot more, because that means you need to be way less stingy about your bomb usage. And I think that's... Yeah, okay, so this one just needs 3 Killing Stones and a Gust Jar. Yeah. We're 4 items from Gomod away, and we are barely 45 minutes into the game. Which is a thing that's happening at the moment. Like, god damn it. And, I mean, we haven't really had it. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, so we still have not picked up the Veil Falls Stone. And something tells me that the Veil Falls Stone is going to lock a couple of good stuff. Because, well, it's Veil Falls. It looks both Veil Falls and Cloudtops. So that's fun. 5 rupees for Goldfish. The other ways. Artemis, how deep are we into the other ways? Are we like 2.5 hours in? Aren't we already like 2.5 hours into the other one? Oh god. Damn it. Yeah, so that's the thing now. Okay, Full Sword, yeah. Nesman, I think you best check down. 2.5 hours we can see. The race time is... what are they both doing? Jesus Christ. It's like... This is like the race between me and Duck Hunt, where one was just completely dodging their bow, and the other one, I don't know, put their game together in a fashion that made the seat unbeatable. And why is Husman in Graveyard? Why was Husman in Graveyard again? Why is he... Nesman? Why? What you go... But... Don't you want to check town first? Don't you want to check town first? Nesman? Hello? Yeah, I mean, he can check Quinel. but I don't know why he would. Although, to be fair, it's Nesman doing the writing. So, A, I shouldn't be surprised. And B, yeah, Nesman. Okay, you do you, buddy. Goldfish thinking he has the color yet, which he has not. Silly Goldfish, you don't have the key for that. We'll never... Yeah, no, Hey, that's that book. Okay, now we just need the ocarina. Which I don't think we actually have yet. No, we don't. Good. Okay, fine, I'll eat those words. As the way folds, Kinstone, we Nesman can folklore way folds and palette and cloud tops. Probably also get the fifth cloud tops Kinstone in cloud tops. And then just be on his merry way through Palace. Fine, I get it. So, first of all, yes, I think the seat is very nice. And B, there's the lantern for Goldfish, who's probably feeling really dumb right now. So, okay, cool. Yeah, no, However, I would expect him to now go to Vale Falls, or at least town. Thank you. Off he goes. Obviously ignoring town and going for Vale Falls first. Which he should not do, because this is the 4 sword and he might be in go mode if you would actually just check it. Ugh. I mean, yeah, you can just not do that, but so we pretty much can guarantee that there's like a decent Cloud Kinstone up there. But a Cloud Kinstone and a Caster Kinstone? I mean, okay, fair enough. For any seed that might sound like a tall order, but this is a Nimbus seed we're talking about, so obviously there's going to be both in there somewhere. That's what you get for not listening to commentators, Nesman. You get the bubble. And Goldfish goes back to droplets. Okay, what do you want here, Goldfish? Apart from the element. Right, he hasn't picked up the lantern, so now this is his first time in here with lantern. He also hasn't picked up the gust jar. Well, okay, which neither has Nesman. So, fair enough. There's fast spin for Goldfish. We've already been here. And where's Nesman off to next? Let's see. Right, firstly, there's the obscure location. Gonna climb upwards. And next up is the Ruby Cave, which we are also very interested in, because it's a very good cave. Well, not that one, that's the waterfall. It's only got a quiver. Right, okay. Digging butterfly. Nice. Great spin. That's also very nice. I see a tingle trophy there. As well as the quiver and the shield. And they are all genuine. And of course there's the ocarina. Okay. So, Nesman can now just leave for the time being and check Tingle and also town. And hey, there's Isa too. What's up? You're witnessing me being very confused. about this very jetty jet seat, where one racer goes against commentators' advice, and the other one is doing their best. So yeah, so this seat has started with a doozy. So 2 items that you want to have in Minish Cap as early as possible are the cape and the red sword. These swords are progressive, and you start with like the brown one, then you get the green one, then the red one, and the red one is the big boy, because the red one gives you access to what we call Western Woods, where there's like this bazillion checks, and we've had access to that 5 minutes into the race. Like, the racers woke up and chose speed today. That's how the race has been going. They're still dying inside. Joke's on you, I'm already dead. I think I left my sanity at the door like 3 years ago when I first joined this thing. Cause, hang on, it has been 3 years, hasn't it? Or at least close to it. Yeah, okay. Ooh. So, Krista, what you're saying is that you're gonna be part of the weeklies anytime soon, right? Because the weeklies are fun. The casuals are also very enjoyable. If I recall, if I actually remember to open up the race rooms, it's been a bit rough for me personally, just because tournament and weekly, bit difficult to manage. That's the mushroom. Nesman, don't skip this check. Thank you very much, Nesman. So this check at the waterfall is the one that most people forget about, which is no bueno. Yeah, see, Krista, that's something that you say, and then one of 2 things happen. A, you check them first because just in case, or B, you don't check them, you skip them, and then you've had like your beginning item in there, or like your 2 important items from the beginning, and you're going to curse yourself, then you're going to curse the tingle trees, and then you vow to never skip them again. That's usually the modus of operation when it comes to tingle trees. A good one is always that one time that Dax forgot about tingle trees, and he didn't check them. He instead followed the Juggernaut and the bombs into Deepwood, and it then got locked out. Whereas, probably Myth did tingle trees, and in addition to the Juggernaut and the bombs, also picked up like a sword and a Gustia, and he was then just able to just completely rush everything, leaving Dax in the dust, which was very enjoyable to watch, and also cemented my understanding that one should actually go and do tingle trees, not ASAP, but fairly early on. And then there's Goldfish, who's got the bad habit of checking the cafe lady like 2 hours in for some reason. Which, yeah, is a decision that one has to make. Honestly, I actually really enjoyed playing Tingles vs. Rupee Land. That was a cool game. It was super weird, but it was also just super fun being really stingy with everything. There was actually a proposed like thing for the randomizer that we would link, no pun intended, rupees to the health meter. It's beautiful Juggernaut, but yeah, I really enjoyed vs. Rupee Land. Let's call it the 100% reward was a bit on the odd side. Okay, I get that. Yeah, it was. But I really like the character design. The characters were so uniquely designed, and they were really fun. Was it the... So, we've had the weird monk that just picked up like maps right in front of Tingle and just sold Tingle the stuff he just found. There's the there's the construction guy running around with a hard helmet and like what do you call them? Very short swimming pants. This game is a gem. I haven't really played, so I know that there's a sequel, but that's Japanese only. And obviously there's a Swampkin Stone in Cloudtops. Get Tingle a date simulator. Yeah, that's not Tingle's was Rupee Land. I can recommend the game Freshly Picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. That's for the DS. It came out, I don't know, 2006, 7, 8-ish. About the time of like Spirit Tracks and Battle Hourglass. The controls are actually really good. Although it has that really weird kink of the player moving with the touchpad. But apart from that, it was actually really good. Like so there is a bit of a frustration. So in Tingle's Rupee Land, your health is linked to your rupee amount. So if you are on 0 rupees, you are effectively on 0 health. And anything you do in this game costs money. So let's say you need to ask for a recipe, or you want to be able to chat with that NPC. Oh boy, gotta bribe them first. And you are effectively giving out your own life to just do anything. And there's no backseas. So you always have to do guesswork. Let's say you wanna speak, you wanna be let into the town. The guard just stops you and just says, okay, you've got to pay the fee. But he's not telling you how much that fee is. So, if you are too stingy, he's just gonna take those like 5 rupees you gave him and just say like, yeah, that's not enough. Now do it again and give you the right amount this time. But I'm not gonna tell you which amount is the right amount. So you always just have to haggle, and the same goes for the other way. If you complete a side quest, and the NPC's like, yeah, sure, and I can give you rupees. How much do you want? And then you need to make an estimate, and you've got like in most cases, you've got like 3 attempts. So let's say you rescue the tailor's daughter's puppet, and the daughter is like really happy, and the tailor is the rupee management was really good, and the tailor's like, yeah, sure, I can pay you for making my daughter happy by giving her the doll back. How much do you want? And if you put in like 50 rupees, the tailor's like, oh, only this cheap? Sure, here you have it. But if you're like, oh yeah, no, I want to have like 2,000 rupees, you're given like 3 attempts, and if not, the deal just falls flat, and the tailor just gives you like the finger, says, no, don't be so stingy, I'm not made out of money. The rupee management is really good. Especially since you actually have to hire bodyguards, because Tingle does not fight well. The longer a fight drags on, the more rupees you lose, because obviously you lose rupees by fighting. But you always get rupees back if you defeat the monster. So you almost really feel like a merchant. It also doesn't help that Tingle's entire inventory is made out of bottles. Like, you only have bottles in your inventory. And maybe like a quest item, like, oh yeah, the tailor's daughter's doll. Or like, I don't know, a shovel. But your entire... I think you end up the game with like 30 bottles. which you can use to either cook stuff or refine ingredients and just sell that. That game is called Freshly Picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land for Nintendo. It's for the original DS. I'm not sure if it actually was released in North America, but I know that it was released over in Japan and in EU. It's a really fresh take on the Zelda formula because you also have dungeons. But again, those dungeons cost money. To enter the dungeons, you need to just pay the gate itself money to let you in. And the game does not take itself seriously. For example, later on you've got a boss fight against like a big skeleton dude, and the HUD for the boss fight is that of the original Punch-Out from the arcade game. It's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fairly. It's not really that short actually. You probably get like a good 8 hours out of it. Maybe like 15 if you want to complete everything, since there's a couple of collectibles in there. And you can also just always grind for more rupees because that's fun. But yeah, the good part about that is just that you don't have a wallet limit. I think your wallet size limit is, I don't know, like 9,900,999 rupees 99, something like that. I don't know, like some absurdly large number that you are never gonna hit. And it also just gives Tingle a backstory, which I very much appreciate. He's always just been this like weird dude that pops up randomly, and you don't really know. I mean, okay, Majora's Mask gives him the father. I think it's the swamp photography guy that's the father, Tingle. But Tingle, come Wind Waker, has like 2 more siblings and someone who just looks like him, David Jr. And you're never given a proper backstory. But with this game, you actually get the backstory. That Tingle works for some weird man who promises him that if he's a good boy and gives him money, that he would go to Rupee Land, which is this almost heavenly, like, never have to work a day in your life, or there's always the most tastiest food around you. You always have women around you, stuff like that. And Tingle being a lazy dude just falls for that pyramid scheme. It's great. I love it. But yeah, back to the race. Let's see. Yeah, no, Nesman and Goldfish are still looking for like some stuff. Goldfish picked up the bracelets and like the blue sword. Well, Nesman has picked up the Casakin stone over in Cloudtops, as one does. And he's now in Wind Ruins because, well, that's an element. How to do that. And maybe he's gonna pick up his final Cloudtops stone or the Gust here, who knows. Wouldn't be the first time. Actually, need to quickly grab a sip of water. That actually is indeed water. I just have a tendency to just bottle that up in like glass bottles made with swing tops, I guess. Just makes life for me a bit easier. It's also way more easier to just reuse those bottles. There's the Kinston. There's Cloudtops Kinston. Okay. This one is now 1 item from Gummout. And we're like 1 hour 10 in. And he's already done like a couple of dungeons. Yeah. So this heat is quick. We don't know where the Gasja is exactly, but I think we can make a guesstimate that it's somewhere in Palace or somewhere around Palace. It wouldn't be the first time, or that it's just here in Fortress again. Yeah, so either it's in Palace or it's just here in Fortress. That happens a couple times. Nesman not having the bow to fly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, either it's Palace or it's here or somewhere between here and there. Which is very vague, I know. There's always Wind Trap Tower. That's what I'm trying to say here. Putting a save scum down. And it's just a rupee. Nothing too exciting. But yeah, so what's it gonna go? Sorry. It's gonna be either in here or in Palace. Else I mean, okay, so technically Nesman might have been able to skip the gas jar. Maybe it's in some weird backwards location, like I don't know, hiking. But we don't know. There's dog food. I don't think we've actually handed in dog food or the mushroom yet. So that's also a thing. And Goldfish also has picked up the Forsword, and he is just making his way into the garden, which I think we've already seen at this point. Oh boy. Let's see. Goldfish almost racing past a thing here. Pop back. Yep, nothing there. As far as yeah, so there was a small key in the hole to the left, to the right here. Okay. So, what else do we have here? I mean, technically we can just go and just beat up Mazal right now. We are on 3 keys. Which means that Mazal might have one. Right. Ooh, Goldfish actually... Oh, okay, so Goldfish is now on his way to Fountain. I don't think we have seen Fountain, or at least with the cane. So that might be something. Gimme Gus Shine Fountain. Pretty please. God damn it, Nesman! At least wait until Goldfish gets the goddamn thing. Okay. Yeah, Nesman's on go mode. The timing, Jesus Christ. Let me at least... yeah, okay, fine. Go off, have your adventures. And now he's even pushing just the block in. Okay, obviously, yeah. So, an hour 14, well, an hour 15 Gilbert. That's a quick one. So, let's see. Elements are in Deepwood and Gordon. York, sorry. George. So, Governing Palace takes... let's see, you're not doing anything. You're not doing much, but you just have to go through it. I want to say 9 minutes, perhaps. And 9 minutes if the key layout is nice. If it's not, 10 and a half, I guess. There's Deepwood that can be anywhere from 2 to 8 minutes, depending again on the key. Of the turning match. Oh, fantastic. I mean, at least they're finishing up it, and they're not also in just Gummert. So that's very much... That's very assuring. Yeah, okay, so Nesman can get the other elements anywhere between 10 and, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. So that's gonna be a, what, 130-ish entrance to Darkow Castle? This might be like a 140, 150. Like, okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Nesman's gonna finish like 145. Because Nesman always has like fairly good key layout. Golf is back in Quenel for some reason. And I got to ping somewhere. Okay, that's just Fort Mora, no worries. Turns out being both writing lead and team lead for a team makes people ping you a lot. There's a piece of heart for Goldfish. Yeah, Desmond's just Gummert. Why the... Oh, right. He did not put down the... Huh. Hang on! Hold the phone. He's completely skipped Minish Woods, has he? Nesman has completely skipped the back of Minish Woods. Hello? Hello there? Okay then. Like, did he skip everything or was it just the back? Yeah, he might have just skipped everything. Yeah, he probably have. He probably just skipped everything. Okay, so, now you know why Nesman does a lot of stuff that's considered weird. Okay. Ha! It's not boss locked. Okay, it's not boss locked, so he need to do some searching, surely. Surely it can't be on the second spot here. Yeah. Nesman's horseshoe was readjusted. Maybe he's had, I don't know. He's had some really good lunch and now he's just sitting there in bliss. In his chair. So yeah, Nesman needs to actually do some more, just, you know, stuff, I guess, in Quentin and in Deepwood. Gotta at least hunt for the big key. Yeah, Krista, you see, Nesman, it's not that Nesman is not paying attention to the logic. Nesman knows about the logic. He's paying attention to it. It's just that he's got the breadcrumb type of type of method when planning his routing. I'm sure he does plan his routing in advance. It's just that it's scribble. It's just like, ooh, look at that. There's something over there. What's this? Just let's get to it. So, yeah, Godfish picked up the Wave Skin Zone. And there's another small key for Nesman, meaning Nesman we need to actually go deeper and deeper. Oh boy. Whereas Godfish can finally ascend to Cloud Hubs and Wave Hordes. If I were this one, I probably would just completely skip the Molders here and just get to the back quicker, since that's the more checked-in location, or the most checked-in like region of the dungeon. Leave the levers alone, Goldfish. God, that's like super ancient. It's like a 2006 meme. Down thrust, hey. Yeah, going with your guts, that's what I mean. That's the... Ooh, look what's there. A purge. Yeah, that was just doing... So this is like your average deep root routing. Where you're looking for the big key. Be careful in this room. You don't want to get your feet wet in here, because if you get your feet wet, you're not getting them dry anymore without quick warping out of the dungeon. You legitimately have to quick warp out to actually get a move on and get out of that pond there. Okay, no big key here either. That leaves Mana Pillar and the Vanilla check. Ooh. Yeah, no, so this was one of those like long and annoying deep root plays, because it's either in here or it's in the basement. Lucky Nesman, not in the basement, because the basement is objectively the worst spot in that dungeon. Because it's so slow to just get over there with the lily pad. So, yeah, that's now green shoot time. We are 122 in. Nesman probably already put down the quick warp in Wave Falls. So, Palace, let's just pick the average and say, like, there we go. 10 and a half, 11 minutes. Nesman's gonna enter Dark Oak Castle, like, I don't know, 135-ish. Takes like 10-15 minutes to go through. Yeah. 145 to 150, I guess. Depending on boss key placements. But Palace shouldn't be too big of an issue. Palace can be go moded. Palace, Nesman knows how to go mode Palace. So it's just him trusting his muscle memory again, and being all like, haha, I know this route. I know how this fight goes. And then just butchering it, because of course he does. Yeah, that's just rupees, important. While Goldfish makes his way across the cloud tops, don't look at him go. That's gonna be... Yeah, that was a bit of a tight movement there with Goldfish. Boomerang. Bing bang boomerang. Right, yeah. Nesman now fluting to their faults. I think he's already put in like 1 or 2 kinstones, if I recall correctly. So he should be doing fine here. Springs, saying hello to Bigoron, and up he goes. I was simply concerned about having to, first of all, having to walk on clouds. Like, I guess, yeah, they're probably going to be very fluffy, but clouds are really just like very dense fog, so not sure you can walk on them without them being like special clouds. Maybe it's the magic of the wind tribe, who knows. And even just getting there, and like, yeah, sure, how do you get into the sky? Oh, obviously, gonna ride a tornado. My gut feeling tells me that would probably tear you to pieces. But that's just me applying like logic again to Zelda, which not always the smartest move. I mean, at least Lados has like, a lot of birds. There's a lot of birds in Wind Tribe. I like that. So yeah, Goblet, on the other hand, just picked up his final words. Hang on, Swampstone, Castle Kingston. So yeah, he's on his way to Gordon, to the Gustia. Just take him a little bit longer than that. Okay, one small key for Nesman. Nesman should... yeah, okay, so... unless this would have been the big key, you never really skip the upcoming Wizard fight. Which he should know how to deal with just regular bombs. Like, if I know how to do this, Nesman knows as well. Nesman has been here longer than I have. But I guess a single dip on select and some timing. Okay, more whippy. But yeah, so this is just a place where Nisman can just relax a little, put up the feet. Ooh, okay, that's the old. So that's like the old way of doing things. And there's the big key and the small key. That is lovely. Okay, yeah, so Nesman now only needs to pick up like 2 small keys. Yeah, 2 more, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 small keys. And he can be on his merry way. Huzzah! And in the meantime, while Nesman is doing that, I'm quickly gonna stand up and switch on the lights in my room here because I'm sitting in complete darkness, and that's not making me any less tired or sleepy. Light, ew. Oh no, the consequence of my own actions. Right. What else? Let's see. Yeah, no, Nesman's just doing like down thrusts for some, I guess, practice while he waits on the auto-scroller here. Yeah, this is just like the auto-scrolling part of Palace. It's a bit on the slow side of things, but that's what auto-scroller does. Meanwhile, over in the land of the randomizer of speedrunning, I think we found a way to just skip this entire auto-rolling thing, which most were very thankful for. Okay. Yeah, no, Nesman just knows what to do here. He's in go mode, and he knows that. And quite honestly, by this point, everything he does here is just muscle memory. Even if he would try to do something different, he wouldn't do it anything different. Problem went against your mind. You had to think your stuff. Oh, hang on. I'm back now. Got a message from my laptop that my USB wasn't plugged in correctly. That might have been the mic. But I'm not getting pings, so mic. Been swapped to left. Oh! Right? Okay, there we go. That should be better now again. Sorry. Sounds better now. Fantastic. Yeah, no, I just had to plug out and plug in again. Yeah, probably just when trying to go for the light switch, that probably just went hard no. Not even pushing the button. Not even checking what was on pot push that he might have missed. Because nothing that he may have may be useful. Or nothing that he can get may be useful. It's a bit... Yeah. Those Floor Masters have a mean rush attack. They can just rush Link and just quickly pick him up. Carry him to bed. But yeah, that's been having all the keys that he needs. Still in good health. Maybe gonna pick up the fairy as a refill of sorts. I don't know why, but starting with York, the game really just ups the ante and just increases damage tenfold. So prior to this point in the game, Link never encountered an enemy that would deal more than like 3 hearts of damage. And then it's just the moblins that can just poke you to death. Or it's York with his like 1 heart attacks, where one of those like weird, funny, bubbly orbs from Gleeok, from York, like one of those bubbles just zap like an entire heart of health. Same as Vati. And then there's like the Dark Nuts in Dark Arrow Castle, where the Black Dark Nut can just yeet like 6 hearts worth of health from Link in an instant. Hang on. How did Nesman do that? Wait a second. Did Nesman just have like 2 clones instead of 3 here? How? Huh. If you pause the clone tile to reset. Oh, only in York. That is funky. I did not know about that. If you pause this, huh? Well, way to go, Nesman. Showing off like that. Let's see. There we go. one tile, not helpful. Yeah, and I did not know that was a thing, honestly. I did not know that. So yeah, that's just Minish Cap for you. Even if you think you know everything, there's some things that you don't know, and you're gonna feel just really stupid about it. But yeah, so like I said, 135, last element. On the dot, I'm good. And now all that's left is just actually heading into Darkhold Castle and doing the thing. It's gonna take us anywhere between, like, I don't know. Hang on. So, reaching Vati shouldn't take longer than like 12 minutes. Even if you're on a bad thing. And then, like, how long did it take for Vati? 5 minutes perhaps? 4.5, I guess? Yeah, and I'm still biding by my 150 estimate here. Although I guess you will need to actually just watch the cutscene again here, don't you? Ugh. Like, even the Darkhold Castle cutscene just feels so long if there's no other cutscenes in the game because they've removed all the story flags. Like, in vanilla you would have the intro cutscene, the extended intro cutscene at Darkhold Castle. There's that whole Eslo's backstory cutscene after you go and fuse your red sword together. It just, takes time. Is it the red sword that you fuse, or is it the blue sword that gives you the... Yeah, I think it's the red sword that gives you Eslo's backstory. It's been a hot minute since I've played vanilla. Yeah, this is kind of a jitsi. Like 136 entrance to Darkhold Castle. That's jetty, okay. That's a jet seat. Go mode 115 in. That's a jet seat. And one thing I forgot to mention. Goldfish might have not picked up the Gusture yet. I hope he does. So basically, if Goldfish leaves now, yeah, that might not be a good choice. Remember, it's part of Go mode, not Go Tris, I guess. So, Goldfish now finished the fight with Gordon, and what is now comes the very important bit that's called, does Goldfish bail or not? Let's hope he doesn't bail. Goldfish, don't bail. Go back into the dungeon once you're getting teleported. The gas jar's not in Palace. Thank you. The gas jar is not in Palace. So yeah, Goldfish now back in Fortress. Desperate or very looking forward to finding the gas jar. Probably both. King has a small key. Never skip King. Skipping King is always a bad idea. Yada yada yada. We know how it goes by now. We've been here for a couple of years already. Well, not here, but ooh, that's a nice. Yeah, okay, yeah. So this is Jet Seat. Desmond can now just waltz into Vati's, I guess, throne room. Don't know why Vati would have a throne. Well, I mean, hang on, no. Vati's... So, there's a throne room in this dungeon, but it's not Vati's throne room, it's just some random dark knight standing in front of a throne for some reason. Yeah, no, Vati's room is literally... Vati's boss area is literally just like an altar room. because for some reason the top half of the Akao Castle has a tendency to just float in the air somehow. Like the ritual room where Vati notices Link approaching and just dips him into the ooze and makes him drop his story down. That room looks like it's just floating. That's when you want to equip the... Okay. Yeah, that also works, I guess. Ooh, trying with the bullet attack. Ooh. Hey, there we go. Ole. Goldfish now in Deepwood. Finally with the kind of skin sun and the gas jump. Unfortunately, though, that Deepwood has a very ugly big key. With the big key being at Meta Pillar. But yeah, so just look at the floor in the room on this side here, and just tell me that's not like just clouds and black ooze. Like, yeah, I guess it might be like weird purplish water for, I don't know, a moat or something like that. But you would have like at least some sort of shot in that. Maybe poison. Yeah, you would guess it would just be like. Although I think if you fall down here, you don't get the drawing animation, but just the falling down animation. So I would assume that this part of the dungeon is legitimately just floating, or just above like a really thick and dense cloud of purple fog for some reason. The clouds really don't contribute well to this, because it might be a reflection of the sky, or it might be legitimate clouds. We don't know, and Vati has weird choices for architecture, to be honest. Or this room here, like you can see the courtyard of the castle inner yard. Purple poison vapor, yeah. You can see down, so you are you elevated a considerable amount of height. Like it looks like you're probably like, I don't know, 20-30 meters above it. Like a fairly tall height there. To the point where there's already a bit of bluish colors mixed in. So yeah, you're fairly high above it. I would guess either clouds or just really thick fog. And I guess it also fits because Vati, at least in lore, is considered a wind demon. I don't know what makes him a wind demon. There we go. So this looks like a sky, right? This looks like a really dark sky. I'm not sure how the perspective works here, though. Maybe it's like a slope up, I guess. But yeah. The wind demon Vati, who is not using any wind demon attacks in his boss fight and instead utilizes electricity bolts and flames. Like that. What makes him a wind demon? He only really becomes a wind demon in 4 Swords, I guess. But not in Minish Cap. Although I guess in Minish Cap he's trying to plan becoming a demon king. So maybe he's just skipping a couple of steps here and there. And we see how powerful demon kings can become. I think Demise is technically one. Alamu is one from Phantom Hourglass. Maladus from Spirit Tracks is also one. Ganon and Ganondorf aren't really demon kings, they're more like regular warrior kings. I mean, hang on, no. Ganondorf is technically a sorcerer. Or like a, wizard, warlock, sorcerer type of person. but Gandalf uses swords in most games. Like Twilight Princess, sword, shiny armor. Wind Waker, not one, but two swords. Swords with curved blades, curved swords. Yeah, no, maybe you don't really even need an element associated with you if you have a certain, let's call it standing or like a rank when it comes to demons. Drop the magic after OT. Yeah, I know, right? I guess, I mean, you've got Phantom Ganon, who might be magical, might be some sort of like conjured ghost and bound and whatnot, or spirit. I don't know why they call Gandalf as like a sorcerer king, who when he just fights with swords. Most of the time regular swords. Like even the sword in Twilight Princess wasn't his own. It was like a sword that one of these sages just stuck into him and forgot about it. Hey, Myth. Yeah, this is a Nimbus Seed. We'd forced out 45 minutes in. And no, Nimbus is not going to work a lot of more seeds. I'll try to add a couple of seeds to the tournament and to the next couple of weeklies. We've had so many Jetty seeds in the last couple of weeks. There's need for an upset here. But yeah, we were just talking about Vati and how it doesn't make sense that Vati is considered a wind demon, or how Ganondorf is a sorcerer king who doesn't know what magic is. Yeah, I'll get onto that with her. I mean, hang on. Myth's seeds are as bad as mine. So, Myth is also more than welcome to just join in and just roll seeds, because that's fun. But yeah, so, Nesman's now on Vati 3. I think he's due for one more round of tennis, or like volleyball, I guess. And then he should be done. Yeah, I need to roll more seeds. GG's to Nesman. 174, 29-ish? 30, oh yeah. GG's. See, I told you, he's gonna finish somewhere between 145 and 150. I'm good like that. I make predictions. I make good predictions. Okay, let's see. We reached Gomot like 115 in, and I knew that he would finish like 145, 150-ish. One hour, 75 minutes. 1 hour... Did I say that? Okay, yeah, hang on. 1 hour, 14. There we go. Those are my calls. No, it's... God. Numbers are really difficult for me. Because in German, you don't say 48, but basically 840. Which is stupid, and I don't like it, and it makes me... It always makes me confused. Okay, which one is the right way to pronounce numbers? Let me actually have a quick peek into the race room and see if Nefman is up for an interview. Oh, sounds like he is. Hello, Nesman.
Hello, Andros.
That's so... yeah,
Any questions?
Really no. Don't really any major questions apart from why.
I'm still shocked that I did that so well.
You did that really well. Like, so basically when you were when you had your foresword and you just went back to Krendel after Graveyard.
Yeah.
I was a bit miffed because I mean you've got foresword, might as well do School Garden. and it said you went to do Lower Quell, and I was yelling at you, and then you found your goddamn Kinstone.
It's because Skull Garden never has anything, and it didn't this seed. So I was like, you know what? Seeing as I'm at Graveyard, I'll route in Lower Krenel.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that worked out.
And then I vanished instantly, forgetting that there's other bomb checks there.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Grove was a bit behind you. You were kind of even on until you decided to bail out of Crave of Flames, whereas Goldfish decided to go the whole 9 yards on it. Basement had nothing apart from, I think, a butterfly or so. Although, hang on, no. Basement had nothing.
Basement had nothing.
Yeah, like, okay, so Gleewok had a green Kinstone for the element, sorry, a green rupee for the element, a green rupee for the heart container, and a green rupee on Malari. Like, Gleewok was a proper scam today.
You know something? I was actually really surprised there was nothing in there, because usually when there's no element, Cave of Flames, it's usually, you might as well just go in because there's bound to be something there.
Yeah.
I'm just more surprised that there weren't more something in there.
I mean, yeah, but still, we've had Squall, Mitz, and a sword in there. The scrolls were also fairly crooked. Surprised there. And then just the 45 minutes in Four Sword, which, yeah.
It's the second seed I've done with an early Four Sword.
Yeah, this is a Nimbus seed. We've already decided that Nimbus is should be, Nimbus is kind of laid back and be a bit more relaxed about things. With me handle a couple seeds.
Is Nimbus banned for rolling a nice seed?
No. I wouldn't call it banned, just an encouragement to just take it easy for a couple of weeks.
No, we're not allowed to encourage people to have nice seeds. They've got to be dreadful. We've got to scare people.
That's what makes them fun, though.
Oh.
Most people here do badly with good seeds.
Yeah, thanks for pointing out my last tournament race.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I was technically referring to Myth and me, but
right.
You too. Yeah.
Yeah, I did exactly the same thing. You gave me a jet seed, I didn't trust it, and I almost last locationed.
Yeah. Although I guess the super jet seed on the tournament, that was Arrow doing the rolling. So yeah. I've since given Arrow Hayden's special sauce recipe, so maybe that's going to improve some things here and there.
Oh god, the last thing we need is a hint of you lot all together throwing out seeds.
But yeah.
I'm still waiting for Palace of Winds having something when it's not needed. I'm still waiting for that seed.
Yeah, we haven't had a Graveyard Key up there in a while.
We haven't had a full trolley seed yet.
We haven't had a Graveyard Key again. So at least up until a version or two ago, Graveyard Key has had a history of just being in random places up in Palace.
Yeah. I just remember Myth Seeds where something gold and shiny would always be on Octo, whether it was element or not.
That's a classic right there. But yeah, I think we can improve a bit more on just rolling weird stuff, because that's always fun.
I have to admit, this is probably the one of a few seeds where I was actually confident that I was going to win, just because of all the plays just worked.
Yeah, out of curiosity, did you ever do Tingle Trees or just Minish Loop in general?
Do you want to know the answer to that? I didn't do Tingle Trees, and I still have a Sphere Zero check or two.
Yeah, right. No, I didn't. We've noticed when you went to Deepwood through the back door and everything was like locked and holes up,
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm still disappointed Yalari didn't have anything, even though I
Yeah, me
had
too.
everything.
Me too, buddy. Neither did Percy.
Yeah, I thought with him hiding the lamp just nearby, I thought he might have something.
Yeah, yeah. And I suppose we also had the gem that is usually Castle Kinstone in Cloudtops and Cloudtops Kinstone in Wind Ruins, or Fortress, I guess.
Yeah, that's just typical. It's like you need one of each Kinstone. So it's more than likely going to send you to Fortress.
Yeah.
Only a true Jet Seed would have the last Kinstone for Cloudtops up there. And then it would throw the last Fortress Kinstone somewhere up in Palace.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were just hoping for Percy Go mode eventually. We know it's never going to happen, but, you know, one can dream. Or we can just wait for iBot to finish the next punishment seed.
Yeah. Did I throw an Essence of Confusion out when I was going against Georg as well?
At least for me, yeah, because I genuinely did not know that you can have your clones blip out.
Duplicating clones, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first time trying it, because I was like, how frame perfect is it? And I literally got it first try. That was the first time I'd ever done it. Oh, and at the very beginning, where I save warped away from doing the moat checks, I did that by accident.
Oh, of course you did.
I meant to save so I could save scrub to get back quicker.
Yeah.
But habits kick in.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's not frame perfect. It's just do a pause.
Oh, that's alright then. Because I thought it was easier on the EU version than it was the US version.
But this is JP? Hang on, no, this is EU. JP is speedrunning stuff.
The opposites are.
Oh, right, yeah. I've never played the EU version. Sorry, sorry, not the EU, but the US version. So I couldn't tell you what any differences in there are. I know that a couple of them exist in Sewers and Vahi's room and such to make the game easier because apparently it was too difficult. Which, no, it wasn't. Like, Zelda Minish Cap is one of the easier Zelda games, apart from Jakaru Castle, where they just up the ante a bit.
Oh yeah, I should actually thank Nimbus for the like actual god mode friggin' Dark Hyrule Castle. Been a while since I've hit one of them.
Yeah, that was like a super nice Dark Hyrule Castle. Now it's go for Skip King.
No, never skip King. We may have been given that option, but never skip King.
Never skip King. I'm glad you agree on that.
Yeah. You save time if you're lucky, but if you're not, you lose twice the time.
Yep.
I think that actually happened during a race where apparently me and Bluesy entered Dark Hyrule Castle at the same time, and the main reason he lost is because he skipped King.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Might also have just... Yeah, I remember that something like that faintly.
Never liked it since it were introduced.
Yeah. Never skip King Myth.
Yes, Krista, always skip Tingle Trees as well. You only do Tingle Trees when you're forced to.
Especially after this week, you want to know that you should not skip Kings.
And just don't you dare jinx something else.
I didn't do anything. Lucky, let's see, like 88.8% chance. Ugh. Okay, see, Goldfish is not skipping. Is not skipping king. Goldfish is good.
Good.
Yeah. Take that, Myth. Never skip king.
I imagine Myth is talking about big key, not small keys.
Yeah. Let's see. King is the small one, and the big one was in the box. Yeah.
I mean, what is it actually faster to get the back chest than it is the king?
I don't. I'm not sure. It feels slow. So back chest feels slower. And I mean, so if you skip king now, and you set your quick warp in the main entrance, that's right after coming out of Sanctuary. It's the closest you'll ever be to king.
It's faster by 10 seconds, but my god, if it's not got nothing in it, then you lose a lot of time.
Yep. Right, so Goldfish now with the small key in hand goes to the door that doesn't have a small key lock in it for some reason. Because we thought it would be good, I guess. And there's the big key. Huzzah!
Yay! Well, I'm off for now, and I'll see you guys on the next weekly.
Yeah, sure.
GG's, everyone.
Yeah, GG's. Yeah. Quick of the century. Yeah, I guess you can do that, but still. A lot of people set their quick warp in the main hall before doing blaze check to prepare for the usage of small key, I guess. But yeah, Goldfish is now on his way to the king, or to Vati. Who's it after? Yeah. I still really like the words run. And I don't know. I just prefer doing king, to be honest. Because if I don't, I feel bad about it. She could get up again. Yeah. So, Goldfish still fighting against darkness here. Hello. Yeah. So this seed was a jet seed. Nesman did things correctly again, and Goldfish did skip a couple of things. Had to go back and so forth. Yeah, and we found the 4-slot prior to you guys. So that was entertaining. Also, error. Why did you buy bombs so much? Like, yeah, so this is about the tournament seat, but you didn't have to buy bombs that often, right? You had the shield. You could have gotten the Deku Scrub in Lower Cradle and just gotten your bombs there. You didn't need to go back to town for it again and again and again. So, that's just my personal pet peeve. Yeah. If you all had forced them before you get a sword. Yeah, come on. Could have been worse, right? But yeah, today I was bomb buying in Professor the Town said, you bought bombs 3 times. I counted 3 bomb buying sessions. So still. Oh, you were happy away from 100%. That's lovely. Same went for Henny, by the way. He also went and bought bombs a couple times, I think. But yeah, Goldfish is now on his way up to Vati. The big bad. Since we still have, so I'm not sure what stream he sees, but Nesman's feed is still on the restreaming page. And I can see that he's just starting a new playthrough of Twilight Princess, so that's nifty. Let's see. It's TPR. Oh, Randomizer. Right, yeah, that explains the weird heart icons, I guess. Yeah, I should actually probably replay Twilight Princess. Like, I guess at the... I don't know why, but for some reason I prefer 2D Zeldas to 3D Zeldas for some reason. I think I played Twilight Princess probably like twice or thrice, and that's kind of it. I don't know, like my go-to Zeldas usually are 3D Zeldas, apart from A Link to the Past, because I don't know, I never really grew up with Link to the Past, so I have almost zero nostalgia for it. So yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I've got a soft spot for Minish Cap and the DS Zeldas for some reason, like Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. Probably just because I actually really enjoy the Dungeon of the Ocean King. I don't know why people dislike it. I love it to bits, and I thought that they made it worse with the Spirit Temple. So I'm sorry, with the Tower of Spirit Tracks, because they put in way too many checkpoints and whatnot. Yeah, see, me too, Arrow. I don't really play a lot of Link to the Past. I think I played it like once on the Virtual Console in my 3DS, and then that's kind of it. No, Minish Cap just feels a bit more rounded and just fleshed out. Less clunky, I suppose. And then with Twilight Princess, we also have the habit of the very uncanny character designs. Play a bit. Oh. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, that's... I mean, I've played almost every Zelda. I think the only Zeldas I have not played, or completed at least, are the co-op Zeldas, so Four Sword Adventures, and Triforce Heroes. The rest I've all at least played once. I don't know. Yeah, actually, no clue why. I just tend to enjoy the 2D Zeldas more. It always feels like the 3D Zeldas put a bigger emphasis on combat, whereas the 2D Zeldas put a bigger emphasis on actual puzzle design. Since, I don't know, it just feels like the puzzles are a bit more engaging in 2D Zeldas, or a bit more well fleshed out. In 3D Zeldas, there's a lot of puzzles that are try to spot the switch, or try to find the switch in this room. That's kind of it. I'm looking at you, for example, of OOT. But yeah. So, Goldfish now on to Vati 3. I think everyone who is watching here knows how Vati 3 works. You wait until he lowers his arms. For some reason, Link then has to use the cane on it. I still find that Vati is a terribly telegraphed boss. You don't... So, your first time around, you don't know what you're doing with it. You don't know how to deal with him. For example, Vati 1? I wonder... Nothing in the entire game comes close to the dark balls that Vati cools his eyeballs in come third cycle. How should you know that these balls can be sucked in with the Gustia? Would be better if you've had an enemy in Dark Oak Castle that would, be this way. Maybe the sparks near the Dark Nut are covered in it. Maybe you need to deal with those first. At least something like that would be nice to have. Vati 2, yeah, kind of get it that you need to shoot the eyeballs because they're close eyeballs. You can kind of get it. Maybe give them like a blinking animation that you can more easily spot that they're eyeballs. But the other big offender is just Vati 3 with his arms. Like, as far as I know, in the US version, Ezlo actually pops in and says, "Hey, use the cane for this one." And then it's never brought up again. Ezlo doesn't help the Link like he does. Ezlo rarely gives any tips on how to beat enemies. So, yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that's Goldfish, and also my tirade on Buddy. GG's Goldfish. With a time of 2:10 and 14.
GG.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Also a very quick one. Like 2:10? That's still a damn good time. Do we know if Goldfish is coming in for an interview?
I'm asking.
Good, because I don't have the race room open. Announcements.
Yep, they are coming in.
Sweet.
The third racer of our race, Flavors of Pie, sadly decided to forfeit on or go
Aw.
finishing. Was unable to find Kane or Lantern.
Kane was... Oh yeah, so both of those were obscure spots?
In Western, yeah.
Yes.
Kane was underwater spots in Caster, and Lantern was in digging spots in
Yeah.
Western. In WW.
Yeah, so just obscure spots. For anyone who's got difficulties with the... Hello, Goldfish, GG.
GG.
So yeah, for anyone
GG.
who's got difficulties with the obscure spots, there's a list of it pinned in the random general chat. So use that if you want to. That's tournament legal. You can just have that open on a different monitor, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, quite the dirty seat, right?
Yeah, I mean, Nesmond found the jet. I just did other things besides finding the. Took me a bit to get the lamp, and the big kicker was the Veil Fall Stone.
Yeah. For some reason, Desmond just decided to. Oh, hey! I just picked up Forsword. You know where to go? Right, lower Krenel for some reason.
Yeah, like I definitely could have got Lantern earlier with the Western Woods digging. Like, there's a lot of checks there. I just was doing a few other things in the meantime, but yeah, lower Krenel was not on my list for a while to get that Caster Stone.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But still, you know, it's 2 hours 10. That's still a fairly quick time.
Especially with AD.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you did AD, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Desmond just bounced after getting the red sword.
Yeah, the red sword in the midst. Yeah, that's all that was in there.
Yeah, and also, you know how we had a tournament race going on at the same time that started like an hour previous?
Uh-huh.
You guys found your Forsword earlier than those tournament races? Found theirs? So that was very entertaining to hear from Artemis, the race monitor for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, apart from that, yeah, I don't think you actually picked up the Call of Middle. I don't think we've actually seen that one, or the other bow, probably somewhere up in Palace.
Yeah, I didn't find either of those.
The mushroom was somewhere. We've seen it. Don't know where.
Caster?
Desmond had it. Desmond had it.
Did Desmond do a lot of Caster? Because I bailed
No.
pretty early there.
No, Desmond didn't really do caster.
Town Minish?
Okay.
Not Fountain. I did Fountain.
Not Fountain? Oh, okay.
But if it was like Town Minish, like the shop, or...
No. No, but no clue. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. Yeah, when Nesmond finishes in 140, there's there's a bit of a break.
Yeah. Flipper's Cave. Sewers. Ah, right,
Oh.
yeah, Sewers. Might have been Sewers.
Oh, I didn't have the flute for frickin' ever.
Yeah.
I forget where that was, but I just was running around without a flute.
Vale Falls, I think? Underwater?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Wait, what was... Why did Nesmond do Fountain after Vale Falls? Did you not have all the caster stones?
I don't think Nesmond actually did Fountain at all. Yeah, no, I don't think Nesmond did Fountain at all. Never got so Nesmond got the mushroom from from Suez. He's gotten the right, yeah, so when Nesmond got the Ocarina, he's had all 3 books and he went for the meme of your library.
Oh, I don't think I
There
found
we
the
go.
3rd one.
Yeah,
Or no, I do have all 3. I just didn't mark that I had 3. Okay,
right.
fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alrighty then. I think we're good. It's been a long day for us all, and as I heard before, Hendris is quiet, so let's leave Hendris and let's send him to bed all together. We can sing him a lullaby.
Oh, okay.
No, we won't.
Oh,
You will have to sleep by yourself.
okay.
Alrighty. Thank you all so much for watching. Shoutouts to our 2 Lonely Riders, to Hendris and to Nimbus for doing the weekly time and time again. Thank you all so much, you two, for being here. I hope you all enjoyed it. We're gonna raid over to our memoir on the main channel, and that's it for now. All I have to say. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy, and
Good
bye bye.
night. Take care.
Have a good one.